Ever heard of a DBQ and thought, do I even need this? Or maybe you filled out one, sent it in, and it got ignored. Today, I'm going to show you how this one form can change your VA claim, if you know how to use it right. So what is a DBQ? A DBQ, or Disability Benefits Questionnaire, is a medical form used by the VA to evaluate your disability. The kicker, you don't have to wait for the VA to schedule a C&P exam. You can submit your own DBQ from a private provider. Now, too many veterans wait months for a C&P exam that ends up rushed or inaccurate. A DBQ is your chance to present clean, organized evidence up front. But here's the problem. Most veterans either submit DBQs that are incomplete or they don't know how to challenge the VA when their DBQ is ignored. And I talk about that topic more in detail in a separate video that I'll tag at the top. Now, you can download DBQs straight from va.gov, but here's what the VA won't tell you. They don't offer every condition anymore, especially mental health. Some providers won't fill them out unless you pay. And even when you submit a solid one, the VA might still schedule an exam unless you challenge it with the right rules. So here's how to use a DBQ properly. Pick the correct form for your condition. Some examples could be migraines, back pain, PTSD if you can find one. Bring your full medical records when you're seeing your provider. Make sure the doctor checks the claims file reviewed box. Ensure the form clearly shows symptoms that match the rating criteria. Submit your DBQ with the 526EZ or 20-0995 supplemental form. If they deny it, challenge it using 38 CFR 3.326 and the M21-1 manual. So here's some examples. Migraine DBQ sample. So let's say you're rated at 30% for migraines and want to go to 50%. The DBQ must say you have prostrating attacks. They happen more than once per month. They severely impact your ability to work. If your doctor just writes, patient has headaches, that's not enough. But if they document it clearly on the DBQ and say it prevents you from functioning 2 to 3 days a month, that's 50%. Here's another example, knee conditions. The DBQ needs flexion and extension range of motion, details on pain during motion, evidence of instability, locking, or flare-ups. If your provider skips the range of motion measurements or says normal without testing, you might get denied even if your knees are wrecked. This is why I say go to someone who knows how to fill out these forms properly. So what if the VA ignores your DBQ? This happens all the time. The VA ignores your DBQ, schedules their own exam, and then denies you. Here's how you respond. Quote the regulation. Per 38 CFR 3.326 and the M21-1 manual, the VA must accept private medical evidence when it's complete and sufficient to evaluate the claim. Ask for the exam rationale. Why did they feel the DBQ wasn't enough? Resubmit the DBQ with a written challenge using my template, available in the course on my site. Attach the M21-1 screenshot and highlight the section. Make it impossible to ignore. Now let's rapid fire some common mistakes that I see. The doctor doesn't check the claims file reviewed box. DBQ is missing symptom frequency. The veteran submits the wrong form used when it's filed as a new claim, when it should have been a supplemental. The veteran never submitted the DBQ at all. They just assumed the VA will request one. Don't be that guy. Get it done right the first time. So even for presumptive conditions, DBQs matter. You might not need a nexus, but you still have to prove the severity. So example, if you're filing for asthma tied to burn pits, your DBQ needs spirometry results and flare-up documentation. Don't just check the box, build the case. Before you hit submit, did your provider reference the claims file? Did they fill out every section? Does your DBQ show that you meet the rating criteria? Did you attach it to the right form, initial or supplemental? Did you save a copy of your records? Good. Now send them in. Now, if you want help writing your DBQ challenge letter or checking your rating criteria before filing, grab the DBQ readiness checklist at simplevetbenefits.com or check out my VA claims course where I walk you through everything in plain English. DBQs aren't magic, but they are powerful when used the right way. So don't wait for the VA to get it wrong. Be proactive, submit strong evidence, and challenge anything that doesn't add up. And hey, if you've ever sat around wondering why your VA claim is taking forever, you're gonna wanna see this next video. I'm breaking down VA disability delays, how they really work, what lawyers know that most veterans don't, and how to speed up things without getting stuck in the system. Click here and let's pull back the curtains.